he signed himself to Lyon and says he wants to stay there, but this is the sort of player that you want that can develop into being your top striker.
Yeah, but you'd see all these fans, Jamie, all they want to do is win the league. Of course they want to win the Champions League, but they want to get closer to Chelsea. Do you think they need more than what they have at the moment?
I'll go back to my original comment. 36 goals conceded last season, which is too many goals to concede to try and win the league. Therefore, shore up the defensive side of it.
Right, let's hear from a man who's significant to both Arsenal and Lyon, a man who incidentally has a Premier League winners' medal. He's with Natalie Quirk.
Yes, delighted to have former Arsenal defender and Lyon manager Remy Gard. Remy, delighted to have you here. It's great to see you here. You're of course looking forward to the next game, but do you have to be impartial? Are you going to sit on the fence for this one?
It will be very difficult for me because, you know, it's the two teams I prefer in the football in the world football, so it's going to be a good game, hopefully.
How pleased are you at the success, the continued success of the academy at Lyon, when you've got stars still making a name for themselves, the likes of Lacazette, who's been linked with Arsenal?
I'm very pleased for them. I'm very pleased for the club, for Lyon, because all these young players have got a lot of talents. They are working very hard to become what they are today. It's a good team, they have a good spirit, and I hope they will develop a good football today in front of the big team of Arsenal.
And how much do you keep on top of things with Arsenal and the business that they're doing? Arsene Wenger seems very optimistic about next season.
Of course, it will be very tough, like every season for Arsenal, because the British Premier League is very difficult. It's very tough to be on the top, to stay on the top, which is the target every year for Arsenal. So they have the player for that, but other team as well. So it will be a big battle for that.
And some thought we might see you at Newcastle United not so long ago. What is next for you? Are we likely to see you back in management, perhaps in the Premier League or even Arsenal one day?
Why not? I would like to. For the moment, I will be working for French TV Canal+, who broadcast the British Premier League. So I will be back in England like every weekend. So I'm very delighted because I like English football. I love being an Arsenal player for a long time. So why not become an English manager? I don't know. I'm ready now to be back in football.
Lovely to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Well, he's aiming very high indeed. He says he could be at Arsenal in a few years, maybe when Arsene Wenger finally decides to step or move on, I should say. Maybe he will step in. Right, let's find out more about the opposition then, because Remy Gard was key to building up their academy again the last few years before he left last summer. Here's a look at Lyon.
Few would have picked Olympique Lyonnais as genuine title contenders last season, but that's exactly how it played out, as OL finished second, 8 points off PSG. Former Lyon player Hubert Fournier is the man at the helm, and quickly built on the foundations laid by previous boss Remy Gard. Fournier showed no fear in making the most of a hugely productive academy, moulding a promising young squad into title challengers. No two men maximised that potential more than academy graduates Alexandre Lacazette and Nabil Fekir last season. Lacazette made history on his way to scoring 27 league goals, grabbing the attention of Europe's biggest clubs and winning Ligue 1's Player of the Season award. 22-year-old Young Player of the Year Nabil Fekir was a revelation. Almost unknown barely a year ago, Fekir bagged 14 league goals and 9 assists last season, and along with Lacazette formed one of the most lethal attacking combinations in Europe. Yet another product of the youth system, Anthony Lopez kept 17 clean sheets last term. Lyon born and bred, the 24-year-old took over from Hugo Lloris and has become one of the best keepers in France. Former Guingamp goal-getter Claudio Beauvue is the summer's big addition, but Lyon's best piece of business may well be Fekir's new 5-year deal. If his partner in crime, Lacazette, also commits his future, OL will have done well to hold on to their most valuable assets.
The production line in the academy is absolutely astonishing. Something like 16 of the players that are here have all come through the academy, and as we said, Remy Gard was a big part of that over the last few years. But the absolute gem out of it in recent times has been Alexandre Lacazette. The boys have already mentioned him. Let's have a look at him in action then. This is why, Steve, all the teams around Europe are talking about him.
Dana, when you score over 30 goals in a season, you're bound to get these comparisons. Lyon have always been a powerhouse of French football until, of course, PSG and the new owners took over. But the fact that they've risen back up to the point where they're in the Champions League doesn't surprise you at all. And it's been down to this man principally. I think most clubs will be looking at him, whether they can do any type of business at all. Fekir, who we spoke about in the VT, he's one of the ones I would be looking at as well. A foiled young player, 22, masses of talent, and he's another real little gem that they've got Olympically. And I like Grenier, he's a real good ball player as well in the middle of midfield, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they progress today, because this is a good, strong Arsenal team. They're at home in front of the home fans, so it'll be a really good test to see how far Lyon have come in the last couple of years.
They do have a model, they clearly do promote from within, so they want to keep some of these players, but he's 24 now. If they were to get a massive offer, you never know, maybe they would let him go. But Jean-Michel Aulas, the Lyon chairman, has said he's untransferable right now.
And the goals, he scored 31 goals, obviously he is a massive influence on that side. Interesting seeing the little montage of goals there. Most of his goals are one-touch finishes or penalties. Scores a lot of late goals as well. And as I say, as a young up-and-coming player, I'd describe him, there is still scope for him to develop into an unbelievable talent.
And you don't want to let him go. They've got into the Champions League for the first time in a while. You can't let your best assets go just for money. They brought Claudio Beauvau in as well as a goal scorer, but he's not going to replace Lacazette. It's important they keep him, have a really good year in the Champions League, and then we'll see what happens. If he scores the same amount of goals and a few more in the Champions League and takes them forwards again, then he'd be worth twice as what he's worth this year.
9 of the starting 11 today through the academy, by the way. And you've just mentioned Beauvau, the new signing from Guingamp. That's another reinforcement up front. It does make you wonder about Clinton Ng, though. Cameroon international who scored 8 last season, linked with Spurs, linked with Arsenal as well in the press yesterday. He's another one that's caught the eye.
Yeah, he hasn't it. This production line is amazing, isn't it? And as you said, depending on how his development is, will almost determine whether Lacazette will go. If they've got somebody who can slip into their shoes straight away, they may let him go for a huge offer. But I think another year, the development of Ng, the development of Beauvau in a new club, Fekir will come on. Then you'll see a completely different Lyon, a more experienced and a better side this time next year.
On Arsenal then, what will Mr Wenger be looking for today? The man who is so desperate to get this Premier League crown back, and everyone round here still calls him Mr Wenger, I believe, when they chat to you.
So they should.
Yes.
So they should.
Well, I mean, defensively, and again an issue which I've brought up already, I think defensively against this attack, you'll be looking to see what sort of formation, what sort of talent they've got now. It's an important game against a very, very formidable foe, as in Lacazette, as we've said, and as much as he's put a couple of youngsters in there, Martinez in goal, it's not his full strength side, but it is still a very strong side. I mean, you'd imagine there's going to be a lot of goals, and because of the way that the points are ratcheted in this competition, we'll be looking for loads of them as onlookers.
Yeah, I like the fact that he's played a really strong team. I do, and I think it'll take them forward. They've got another game tomorrow. They won the Charity Shield, the Community Shield last year, very comfortably against Manchester City, and that's what he's looking forward to, this progression. But the fact that he's gone for a real experienced side today, I think bodes well.
OK guys, thank you very much for now. As you can see, the teams are ready, so over to Richard Hughes and Derek Ray.
Thank you very much, Darryl. Good afternoon, everyone. On the cusp of an intriguing campaign for Arsenal that promises much. If the second half of last season is anything to go by, this is a well-rounded squad that means business. A retention of the FA Cup in such an emphatic manner back in May, tied in with high-level Premier League performances, has more than a few here at the Emirates pondering the question, could this be the season for Arsenal to be crowned champions for the first time since 2004? That, of course, is getting ahead of ourselves. This Emirates Cup test falls just a week ahead of the FA Community Shield meeting with Chelsea. And in Olympique Lyonnais, Arsenal face a team whose youth policy is a positive example of what can be achieved by committing to promising players from your local area. Runners-up in France last term, very much against the odds, with a technical style of play that was easy on the eye. Like Arsenal, Lyon's participation in the group stage of the UEFA Champions League is guaranteed. When they walk out onto the pitch to brilliant sunshine, I think we had better enjoy it, as the weather forecast for tomorrow looks rather grim. It's going to be a soaker. Villarreal winners in the first game. They defeated Wolfsburg. Now it's Arsenal against Olympique Lyonnais, and let's have a look at the two teams. The big story for Arsenal, the inclusion of 19-year-old Alex Iwobi. He's the nephew of JJ Okocha. Iwobi made quite the impact on the club's tour of Singapore. Emiliano Martinez starts in goal, meaning we should see Petr Cech tomorrow. A strong-looking Arsenal side then, featuring the likes of Aaron Ramsey, Francis Coquelin, who helped greatly towards the end of last season, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Lyon will insist upon plenty of rotation this weekend. They're delighted to have playmaker Clément Grenier back on board. He missed just about all of last season through injury. Ligue 1 Player of the Year Alexandre Lacazette will be partnered up front by the pacey Cameroon international Clinton N'Jie, who has been linked with Arsenal. Mr. Reliable, Maxime Gonalon, is the club captain. Richard, let's talk tactics.
It'll be really interesting to see, Derek, who managed to get hold of the midfield in this game. We know about Arsenal, we know they want the ball. Francis Coquelin will anchor it, allow the four in front of him, Ramsey, Ojo, Iwobi and Oxlade-Chamberlain to try and win in the game. But Lyon won't let that happen easily. The midfield diamond, all want possession. Grenier very talented at the top of that. We know about Lacazette's goals, but Clinton N'Jie's trickery will also be something that Arsenal defenders will have to look out for this afternoon.
We can anticipate plenty of personnel changes. It goes with the territory in this competition. And Arsenal with players such as Gabriel, Walcott, Cazorla, such a fine season last time round, available for Lyon. Quite a few youngsters there, but note the presence of Nabil Fekir, the Liga Young Player of the Year in the last campaign. So many eyes focused on Alexandre Lacazette. Lyon want to keep him. The indications are he wants to stay and play for the club in the UEFA Champions League. 9 of the starters for Lyon, incidentally, are from their own academy. 6 of the initial 11 from the Lyon area. That's pretty rare nowadays, Richard.
It is really impressive. The fact that Arsenal, Alex Iwobi given a chance today, and I think Stephen Manaman said before the game, and he's absolutely right, that it's great to see these youngsters given their opportunity when Arsenal are virtually full strength. There's no point putting them in all together and expecting them all to gel. This really gives them an opportunity, but Lyon definitely has shown the rest of Europe the way to do it with an academy.
So underway. Arsenal last won this tournament in 2010. Lyon were here for their only previous Emirates Cup visit that year and produced a pair of draws with Celtic and Milan. They have the French equivalent of the Community Shield to look forward to next week. A trip to the French-speaking part of Canada. They'll face PSG for the Super Cup in Montreal. But London calling this weekend. John Moss is the referee, by the way. Took charge of Arsenal's 4-0 FA Cup final win over Aston Villa. And it's Arsenal in their change kit, attacking the goal to our left in the first half. Laurent Koscielny, the Frenchman. And the spread play out to that right-hand side. It's a fairly typical Arsenal formation. Oxlade-Chamberlain, a bit of flair early on. Mathieu Debuchy. Searching ball played in by Debuchy. Olympique Lyonnais trying to establish Clinton N'Jie. We saw them a few times last season, Richard. Olympique Lyonnais commentating for BT Sports European football show. You know what you're going to get. It's a very technical approach.
Yeah, they are. And this diamond midfield that they play, the 4 midfielders in there that want the ball, they're going to have a tough job getting it off Arsenal today. And of course the problem that the 2 Arsenal fullbacks are going to cause them, both Gibbs and Debuchy, pushing high and wide. Who's going to take care of them for Lyon? So you have to be patient, use the ball wisely when they get it. They are good enough. It's just a question of whether they can get it off Arsenal.
Emiliano Martinez, the Argentinian. A few people wondered if Petr Cech might start this first game of the tournament for Arsenal. Not so, but odds on to be between the posts tomorrow against Wolfsburg. It will be the second match tomorrow. Sloppy by Mehdi Zefan for Olympique Lyonnais. Mesut Ozil, and back it goes to Koscielny. Mertesacker alongside him.
Already Arsene Wenger will be very happy the fact that Arsenal got the ball back. Every time they've lost it very quickly. Francis Coquelin, a trademark tackle back on NG a couple of minutes ago. Nothing to it over.
Snowball was by Mesut Ozil. Iwobi wanted to get the return feed. Received it from Olivier Giroud. And it's good to see him getting his chance, Iwobi.
It is. I think they've got some very good youngsters, Arsenal. Very difficult to break into the top sides in the Premier League, of course, but it's not through lack of trying. Even the bench, a couple of talented players on that today. Chuba Akpom, a couple of loan spells for him in the last couple of seasons.
Jean-Bel Ferry for Lyon. Lindsay Rose in central defence with Samuel Umtiti. Lindsay Rose, who was given a second chance really by the club last season after Milan Biševac picked up a very bad knee injury. Centerfield Rose out of necessity. Generally delivered. It was almost in between the central defenders. Koscielny just covering up. The man at the Lyon helm is Hubert Fournier, and you really cannot argue with the work he did last season. Former defender, used to play for Lyon. Made a name for himself with Reims. Guided them to the top flight of French football for the first time in 33 years in 2012. Simply backed by Rose to Anthony Lopez, Portuguese international. Although French-born, and another Olympique Lyonnais academy product. And Ferry's pass. Tries to work something with Lacazette. And again, it's Ferry towards Lacazette. Martinez there to grab it.
Really good movement from Lacazette. Played the ball back and then spun. Lost Koscielny momentarily. Ball was just a little bit too strong for him.
Ozil. Titi was there, standing guard. And they try to use Grenier to good effect. Clément Grenier, one of the most gifted players in Ligue 1. Derailed by injury last season.
Plenty of talk, of course, of that Lacazette, and rightly so. 31 goals in a Ligue 1 season. Very difficult to do, especially in a championship which is not renowned for its goal scoring. Plenty of accolades should go to Clinton Ng and Fekir as well alongside him. Great for them to have Grenier back as well now.
It was Tolisso for Mertesacker to deal with. Always looks forward to this tournament, Arsene Wenger. It's competition in a different form. Arsenal would like to lift the trophy again.
It's really good opposition, doesn't it? Various countries as well, so prepares them not only for the league campaign but also the Champions League campaign. They've done very, very well in the last decade.
Kieran Gibbs with the Arsenal throw. Doing the covering was Lindsay Rose, taking care of Olivier Giroud. Titi and Lopez just put pen to paper on a new contract with Olympique Lyonnais. Anthony Lopez signed the #1 shirt a year ago after the long-serving Rémi Vercoutre moved to Caen. Very gifted Umtiti. Extremely mobile as well. Sent back by Iwobi and Gibbs. A bit of a problem to solve with Zefan getting high up the pitch.
Good pressure from both sides when you've lost possession. Trying to win it back early, that's the best way, of course. Both very good in possession, so you allow your opponents to get 4 or 5 passes. Could be chasing it for an awful long time. See how congested it is centrally. You expect that with 2 footballing sides. Good pressure from Zefan. Managing to win the ball back for his team momentarily. Arsenal back in possession.
Ozil trying to release Giroud. It will be. And Gibbs comes into the move for Arsenal. Just runs out of green space. Kieran Gibbs.
Plenty of licence to go forward, Gibbs. As will Debuchy. That's the key for Arsenal against this diamond midfield. Try and force Lacazette and Ng to do more defending than they would want to.
Zioni. Mertesacker again gives Martinez a touch. Gibbs. Slithering to the ground. Ozil chance to get out with Gonalon. Indispensable. I've seen Gonalon to Olympique Lyonnais. It's been for a few years now. Wales from the Lyon suburb of Vinicius. It will be with options. Ramsey, one of them. To check his run. And back it goes. Umtiti to Lopez.
Iwobi didn't fancy going in his own, did he? Trying to pass the ball to Ramsey, just getting it a little bit behind him, the Welshman.
And Debuchy, fine pass. Chamberlain. The dash and the dart and the change of direction, and away on the volley by Zefan. Arsenal once more. Ramsey. It will be. It's been an active start to this game. Giroud. It will be. Looking to poke it through. He will be trying to pick the pocket of Ferry. Very keen to make an impression. He certainly did that. Away from him by Gonalon as he tries to construct. Jono Ferry. Here's Lacazette. So fans making the run off the ball. It's the idea on the part of Lacazette to release Zefan. Koscielny called upon.
They're very clever, Lyon, when you do go forward as an opponent. That Clinton G and Lacazette both go behind the fullbacks because they know against the diamond formation that the right back and left back, Debuchy and Gibbs in this case, will venture forward. So they just position himself in that area. So on the turnover, cause you problems. Nice feet from Iwobi, who did have an opportunity to pull the trigger with his left foot just outside the box. A lively start from the youngster.
We've gone past the 10-minute mark. Game 2 here at the Emirates Cup. Great to have you with us on BT Sport. Gibbs. And too strong for Iwobi. The Villarreal players have done their job for the day, so a bit of spectating now. So they get ready for tomorrow's action. We'll be taking notes, I'm sure, as regards Olympique Lyonnais. Zefan being pursued by Iwobi. Ferry. Young, hungry, talented Olympique Lyonnais side. And you'll know that if you followed them on BT Sport last season. Coverage of Liga. Ferry. Standing firm was Debuchy for Arsenal. Ozil. Fans enjoyed that. A bit of skill from Mesut Ozil. Grenier back to Tolisso. Here's Ng, likes to attack from the flank. Clinton Ng. Plenty of pace and daring in his game. Tolisso keeps it on the ground. And oh, it's Ng. Fine save by Martinez.
Lovely touch from Lacazette. Just round the corner, knew that Ng was in behind, had to shoot first time, did, and decent shot from Martinez.
Well, they have a wonderful understanding, Lacazette and Ng. Now from a long way out, Martinez.
And look at this flick from Lacazette. It's not even on as the ball comes to him. makes Ng's mind up that he's going to have to spin behind Mertesacker absolutely perfectly. I think if that's on Ng's right foot, it could be a different product. Tries to hit it as hard as possible. It's the Arsenal keeper.
Tolisso with that last shot for Lyon, and here's Oxlade-Chamberlain, and headed behind for the corner by Samuel Umtiti.
Oxlade-Chamberlain a bit lively, as he will be, of course. The two wide men for Arsenal coming in field and getting involved. Already got a couple of crosses in that could be expecting Olivier Giroud to be in the end of.
Is it Ozil with it? Giroud couldn't quite get his head to the ball. Aaron Ramsey following through.
A possible one for Ramsey to keep down under pressure. The grapple of Giroud's shirt here. Tolisso. I think the referee hasn't spotted that.
Tolisso was Giroud's direct opponent. John Morstan see any foul play. Grenier goes up, he's trying to glance that one onto Ng. Mertesacker. Followed by Debuchy. The quick steps of Oxlade-Chamberlain. Reacting was Umtiti. Whistle's gone though.
There's just a free kick upon the referee, just a little bit clumsy from Oxlade-Chamberlain. Didn't manage to slow up. It's a really good run. Would have forced Umtiti to clear the ball in for a throw-in. It's a bit harsh, but free kick given.
It's been a busy pre-season already for Lyon. Started against the Swiss club FC Sion. A 1-0 win. They've been slowly gearing up for the French Super Cup meeting with Paris Saint-Germain. Here's Ramsey. Now Ozil. Giroud took a swing at it. Something outrageous from Ozil. Not quite.
Trying to improvise any which way you can. Lovely ball lift from Ramsey to see Ozil there. And then Giroud has to slow himself up, and he gets it all wrong with his finish. Ozil going for the impossible at the end of it. Actually going for goal there. Giroud gets it badly wrong. That's the danger that Arsenal will pose you in a turnover. Tolisso with the slip. And suddenly 4 or 5 players bearing down on your goal.
Enjoy that time for Iwobi. Here's Zefan. Lyon usually happy to play their way out of defence. Strong emphasis on the passing approach. Over there on the far side is Ulrich Jensen. Debuchy was trying to make life difficult for him. Jensen, one of the newcomers. Norwegian under-21 international. Yet to make his competitive debut. Called into the first team squad. Signed from the Norwegian club Tromsø a couple of years ago. Koscielny giving it to Ramsey. Debuchy's made the run forward from right back. Aaron Ramsey failed to make the connection with Mesut Ozil.
You know that Arsenal are going to look for the intricate passing when they get just outside the penalty box. Normally very good at it. A bit inaccurate there that time from Ramsey. A rare one.
Wondering about Jack Wilshere. He's not in the squad for today. They are hoping that he might be available tomorrow. He's been a bit under the weather this week. Coquelin on the ground, and a yellow card here. And it's been shown to Lindsay Rose of Olympique Lyonnais.
It's a brave tackle from Coquelin, because it's one of them you go in knowing that you're going to get hurt at the end of it, because Rose is going to chase his bad touch. Like he does, and just catches Coquelin. Bit of a sore one, but he's back on his feet now. Patting it back from the referee. Yellow card for Rose.
First caution of the second game here at the Emirates Cup. Ozil. Iwobi. Ferry was keeping a weather eye on Mesut Ozil. Gibbs now for Arsenal. Trying to weave his way around Zefan, who was sticking to his task. Well, a sellout today and tomorrow. Not a ticket to be had. It's always something the fans look forward to. The season proper is nearing. It was an explosive start to last season's competition by Arsenal as they put 5 past Benfica, but didn't win the tournament. And it's not the be and all, Richard, is it? Actually emerging victorious. Not a bad thing, though, not a bad thing from the point of view of boosting confidence.
No, not at all. You want to get into the winning habit as quickly as possible, and believe me, these players have been involved in plenty of five-a-sides in training, and they will have wanted to win them just as bad.
Ramsey as Arsenal keep it moving. Debuchy. And followed by Jensen. They're seeing quite a bit of each other, those two. Ramsey. Debuchy again. Aaron Ramsey. Goal kick.
Almost a carbon copy of what we saw a couple of minutes ago. I think Arsenal, perhaps, they want to make the breakthrough when they get down one side like they were there on the right-hand side. They should be looking to switch the play, should be looking to bring the opposing fullback, that's Gibbs in that case, just into play with the switcher play, really work that diamond across the pitch. It's going to have to be very, very accurate to get through the eye of the needle stuff in that midfield. They are capable of that, mind you. Arsenal's seen it plenty of times.
Zefan didn't quite control it to his satisfaction. He's able to play it in anyway, but Mertesacker gobbling it up for Arsenal. Umtiti from the back. And an active decision, Olympique Lyonnais, to go more and more with young players to cut the wage bill. I say they're going into the new campaign. Quite a few of these young players have been given additional money. Multiply it by 3 or 4 times. In some cases 5 in comparison with what they were earning before. So longer term contracts, more money. Let's see what effect that has on Olympique Lyonnais. PSG remain the favourites to win Liga.
That's a good point you make, actually, Derek, because just because you managed to have a really good season with sun conditions, you choose to change those conditions, you give players more money. Do you change the hunger? Hopefully not.
They will be certainly in the mood here. Zefan. Lindsay Rose. Easy meet for Kieran Gibbs. Per Mertesacker. Tidily to Debuchy. To place it on the head of Giroud. He's going that little bit wide.
Difficult header. With plenty of accuracy and speed on it. An accurate cross from Debuchy, but not one with plenty of pace, so they were trying to really arch his neck and redirect it to Lopez's right-hand post.
Well, that debate goes on, Richard, as we talk about Olivier Giroud, the main striker for Arsenal in this game. Will Arsenal spend money on another big-name attacker? Is it the missing piece to the puzzle?
Well, if they can get the right one, they will. I think, as the guys were saying before the game, it's all well and good wanting to do that, it's all well and good having the money to do it, but are there the players out there that you can feasibly get? Chances are the top strikers are already at top clubs, so you have to take a little bit of a punt on one, someone that hasn't necessarily done it for a top club yet. Those are gambles that only Arsene Wenger and his recruitment staff can answer.
Debuchy for Ramsey. There it goes to Lopez. His debut for Portugal against Cape Verde back in March. Exciting times in Lyon. They've been building a new stadium. It should be open for business come the new year. It'll be one of the venues for Euro 2016, actually due to host a semi-final. Lacazette. Has gone along the bottom of the midfield diamond. Grenier always trying to prompt and probe. Here's Gibbs. It will be. And to swing it out to Debuchy. Oxlade-Chamberlain cutting in. Ozil. One of his finest passes. Zefan had the reading of it for Lyon.
That was another good Arsenal move right up until the end, the final ball. Ozil looks to the heavens, frustrated with himself. Wasn't a difficult ball to get right. At least a couple of switches of play there, Derek, which is what Arsenal should be looking to do more. Get both fullbacks involved in the same move.
It's Debuchy and Gibbs, the starting fullbacks in this game for Arsenal. Pressure from Ramsey that time. He's trying to make Corentin Tolisso think. Tolisso, the French under-21 international. He's of Sudanese descent. Oh, Grenier has collapsed in a heap after parting with the ball. Lopez has it and quickly thumps it out of play. Treatment will be required here.
He must have pulled a muscle there at the moment. He just played that left-footed pass, didn't quite connect with it properly. He just went to ground immediately. I hope he's going to be okay, but you fear the worst for him.
Yes, they're holding their breath in the Lyon camp, and with good reason. It's not lost on Hubert Fournier the importance of Clément Grenier. Was restricted to just 7 appearances last season because of injury.
Just as he plays this ball out to the left-hand side, doesn't connect with it properly, comes off his toe, and just pulls up when he's feeling his left hip. Completely mishits it, doesn't he? The awkward nature of the pass, obviously causing the injury. He's up on his feet now, but he looks in no mood to continue.
A little point in having him continue.
Apart from the obvious reasons that he's had his fair share of injury problems, and he won't be wanting that, and they are going to make the substitution. He was just starting to get in the game. Very difficult for someone playing at the top of the diamond to get involved when Arsenal are so good in that area as well, and plenty of bodies himself in midfield. And Coquelin's been doing a good job defensively again. He's just started to manage to spread the play and get involved. Just sums up his luck.
It's a very sad sight. Clément Grenier, who had rotten luck on the injury front last term, makes his way off again. And his teammates commiserating with him. There certainly was an eerie silence descending upon the Emirates Stadium. There's going to be substitution time for Olympique Lyonnais. Nabil Fekir will be, I think, the replacement, yeah.
He was actually the pick of the Lyon front men for me last season. Lacazette with the goals, but Fekir, who really emerged and is a fantastic all-round footballer. Really good touch, really good eye for goal himself. One that I'm sure most of Europe's top teams are looking at. So the immediate Lyon team won't be weakened. In fact, for me, maybe strengthened with Fekir coming in, but let's hope that it's not too bad for Grenier. He deserves some luck.
The Mexican wave working its way around the Emirates. Ramsey's pass was an excellent one. Ozil biding his time. Mesut Ozil just couldn't apply the finishing touch. Giroud was in the vicinity as well for the Gunners. And Ferry, down he goes. Lyon free kick.
Fantastic ball from Ramsey. A really well-timed run from Ozil, getting in behind, and Titi playing them onside. And it just won't sit for him the first time. Perhaps he could have tried to control it before then. Lovely bit of skill back onto his right foot, and he just seems to lose his footing. Knows he's going to have to pull the trigger on his right foot. No option to pass it. Just almost stumbles into it.
Still waiting for the substitution to be made. I don't think, in truth, Fekir was quite ready.
The last thing they want is for someone to come in cold, under so, especially someone with the quality of Fekir, such an important part of Lyon's season. He's ready now.
Debussy, and to switch wings, up goes Giroud. And to force a mistake from Lindsay Rose. Goalless first half. Here at the Emirates, second match of the Emirates Cup tournament. Also seeing plenty of the ball for Arsenal. Gibbs now. Behind him, Coquelin. Oh, collision there. Debussy with Jensen. Arsenal free kick.
Lyon substitution, replacing
And now we have the substitution. Nabil Fekir has taken the place of the stricken Clément Grenier. Fekir, the young player of last season in Liga, finally declared for France. He thought about it for a while. Also qualified for Algeria. Made his debut for Les Bleus in March. Koscielny and Mertesacker become attacking players at the set piece. Ozil and Giroud! Arsenal take the lead. Perfectly placed header by Olivier Giroud. Nothing the Lyon defenders could do about it.
It's a great header from Giroud. Decent ball in from Ozil. Giroud, he's almost ahead of the ball. That's the archer's neck, a little bit like the header earlier on. This time the pressure on him isn't good enough from Tolisso. That's how much he was struggling with him in the corner. It's almost a free header, and a fabulous one as well. The grapple of his shirt again, too strong for him, almost comes off Giroud's left shoulder. However, it comes off. Very accurate indeed. Despairing drive from Lopez, but he can't get anywhere near it. Giroud answering those questions of people saying Arsenal need another striker. Why bother when he scores goals like that?
Well, he cares. Olivier Giroud, and he celebrates Arsenal's first goal of the 2015 Emirates Cup. The Frenchman against the French runners-up from last season. Arsenal have been the livelier team in an attacking sense. Not a great deal of difference possession-wise between Arsenal and Lyon. And Arsenal certainly were knocking on the door, and it's Giroud's goal, and Coquelin, and space afforded. Ozil just had it taken away from him by Zefan.
He was so unlucky that it's a fabulous ball again from Coquelin, but the run's even better from Ozil, because he knew that he had to make it 5 or 10 seconds before he did. Just his first touch, letting him down there. Would have been in behind if he could just have cushioned that with his left foot.
Arsenal on the scent of another one. Taken by Ozil. Arsene Wenger's side, 1 goal to the good. Olivier Giroud providing that goal. It did look as though it came off the shoulder. He was prepared to stretch those neck muscles and then some. And then you place it as well as Giroud did. No chance for Lopez. Here they come again, Arsenal. Lopez committing himself. And the whistle comes to his aid.
Chamberlain picking up a sore one. Wasn't too interested. The Arsenal winger here. It's a good run in behind. Well-timed one again. Good ball from Coquelin. Great goalkeeping from Lopez. Chamberlain trying to get out of the way. He almost ducks out of it in the end. Trying to usher Umtiti underneath it. It's a knee to the back for his troubles.
Aaron Ramsey. Back to Laurent Koscielny. His 6th season with Arsenal. His 5th beside Per Mertesacker.
It's a really well-balanced team, Arsenal's. Finally found the right sort of chemistry in the team. Francis Coquelin important to that because he just anchors the midfield and allows 4 attacking midfielders to provide service to Giroud. So they should go close for my money, Arsenal, this season.
That's the feeling of many. Vincent and G try to just link up on the edge of the penalty area. Fekir, the substitute. Now Arsenal sweep forward. Ramsey was decisive. Now look at this move. Oxlade-Chamberlain, it's perfection. Absolutely brilliant. A team goal at pace. That must have delighted the manager and the supporters. 2-0 to the Arsenal.
We're still in July, but you won't see many better counter-attacking goals than this season. It's a really fabulous goal right from Aaron Ramsey, who's been excellent all half. Lovely bit of feet just to worm his way out of trouble, and then the through ball was perfect. Giroud's got the intelligence just to hold it up, place it perfectly into the path of Oxlade-Chamberlain. Almost had to slow himself down. I thought he was just going to pick a pass in the middle. Nothing else in his mind, just to hit this ball across Lopez into the far corner. A lovely trademark Arsenal goal.
Pure dynamism. And Lyon had no answer to it. All happened so swiftly. And Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain savouring the moment. Well, it proved to be the two-punch knockout of this game. Arsenal not finished. Aaron Ramsey, and he will be! Oh yes! 3 for Arsenal. The 19-year-old, the nephew of J.J. Okocha. Clinical.
Well, clinical's the word, Derek. If Arsenal could be this clinical, they'd have won plenty of Premier League seasons in the last few years. As soon as Lyon had made a mistake, they just swarmed all over them and then they break. And that's because of that midfield anchor that they now have. That allows everyone to get forward. Ramsey once again at the heart of it. Lovely through ball. The decision making as well at pace has been outstanding from Arsenal this half, and a really good finish from Iwobi just to beat Lopez at his near post. No chance for the Lyon keeper again. Arsene Wenger delighted, and so he should be, with an excellent opening 35 minutes.
Now those last 2 goals 1 minute and 16 seconds apart. Oxlade-Chamberlain with the second Arsenal goal of the day. Alex Iwobi with the third. Can tell you that Hubert Fournier, the coach of Olympique Lyonnais, is absolutely livid, as the wound was to a large extent self-inflicted. Arsenal, granted, still had a lot to do, but not helping themselves out there. The French team, Arsenal really emboldens. They're having all sorts of difficulties. Leon Jensen is going to be shown the yellow card.
They're causing themselves their own problem for giving away cheap possession. They're spread to play, they got that diamond, and both centre-halves making the pitch big, fullbacks pushing on. You give the ball away against this Arsenal team, you're in trouble. There's so much pace, so much creativity, and the one thing that set them apart in this half so far, the decision-making as well, is right on top of their game. Nothing he can do.
Not the way he had planned it. Ozil in position again. Noticed set piece. It's unbelievable stuff. Hang on though, it's not going to count. Iwobi thought he had another one. Offside flag was up.
They just haven't managed to deal with Giroud, have they, from set pieces? They need to find someone else to mark him. Let's see a replay. Iwobi was in a suspicious position, so you have to assume the assistant referee got it right. Here come Lyon.
Haven't seen enough from Lacazette, that's for sure. Now Jensen, his raids have been restricted on that left-hand side. Oxlade-Chamberlain making the run back in support of Debuchy. Fekir. Now Ferry. Fan topples over. Gibbs didn't like the decision. Free kick to Olympique Lyonnais.
Here is that replay once again. Olivier Giroud too strong, winning the header.
The free kick was taken extremely quickly. Also have the ball again. Ramsey just running into trouble. Gone along. There's a contact there. Fekir. No foul apparently. Also hitting Olympique Lyonnais from all possible angles in the last few minutes. Ozil, measured ball, Ramsey for 4. Explosive. What a first half from Arsenal. Aaron Ramsey joins in.
Well, it's unbelievably clinical as well. Again, Aaron Ramsey been outstanding, heavily involved in all the goals. This ball, but he doesn't stop to admire it. Another really well-timed run from Ozil. That's been a feature of the half. But just look at Ramsey wanting to make up the numbers in the box. And that's just outstanding from Ozil. Just to see it, absolutely perfect, into his path. There's only so much you can do when you play against this sort of quality. Top players at the top of their game. It's only July. It'll be fantastic to watch.
Well, off his seat again, Arsene Wenger. And it's a demolition job, as it was a year ago in Arsenal's first game at the Emirates Cup against Benfica. Thoroughly dejected. Hubert Fournier. Look at the last 3 minutes. They've gone in 4 minutes and 46 seconds all told. That span of time. The Lyon players are certainly wearing punch-drunk looks.
They're really good goals as well for different reasons. And yes, Lyon haven't helped themselves by giving away cheap possession, but Arsenal have been so clinical.
It could have been 5. The goal disallowed Arsenal as well, much to Iwobi's disappointment. Shuffle of feet there by Clinton and G. Struggled to make an impact. This was the one that was annulled.
Well, it's not for that. Giroud's onside. Too strong for Tolisso, and he will be just offside. Or is he? That head of Tolisso, perhaps keeping on, but too close, and it would have been a disastrous half. It is already for Lyon, but 5 would have been too much.
Well, I suspect there will be quite a few changes made by Olympique Lyonnais at the break. Hubert Fournier said before a ball was kicked that would be the case. Trying to give everybody a game if possible this weekend.
They can change all the players they like, but if Ozil and Ramsey are in the mood they're in, it could well get worse before it gets better for Lyon.
Got a 2-1 win against AC Milan recently, Lyon, in the pre-season friendly. Being soundly thumped here in North London. They're also eager to impress. Oxlade-Chamberlain over on the right-hand side again. Zefan. Gone along. Just a reminder, we're back tomorrow, day 2 at the Emirates Cup. It starts with Lyon against Villarreal, 1:30 on the air. BT Sport 1. Arsenal against Wolfsburg as the second match. Coverage from 4. And next weekend, Sunday to be exact, BT Sport 2 for the FA Community Shield. Arsenal against Chelsea. It's from 2:30. First Premier League match of the season. Manchester United against Tottenham Saturday the 8th of August. Barclays Premier League midday, 8th of August, BT Sport 1. I think they were pretty happy with their performance earlier, Villarreal, and rightly so. They'll be gunning for Lyon tomorrow.
I think you'll all be glad they're not playing against Arsenal tomorrow, Derek.
Wolfsburg, Arsenal's Sunday opponents. Oxlade-Chamberlain, and it's Debussy again going ahead of him. Seen that on quite a few occasions in this first half. Well, it's a half Olympique Lyonnais will want to try to airbrush from history.
Yeah, it wasn't that sort of game. It wasn't halfway through the half. Looked as if it was we have possession, you have possession. Yes, Arsenal looking more dangerous when he did have attacks, but nothing to suggest that this was going to happen by the end of it.
Ozil. Came off Zefan. A short pull there by Coquelin on Fekir, but he keeps going. Natural dribbler, usually the man for assists. Well, that was hit with authority. And it comes out to Ng after that. It was a good hit by Lacazette. Ng, now Jensen with the opportunity. Down goes Martinez for Arsenal.
There's no one thing nor the other from Jensen in the end. Good feet from Ng just to pick him out. This is the effort from Lacazette. I think Martinez maybe makes a little bit of a meal of this. Should hold on to it, at least get it over the bar, doesn't.
Final minute of normal time in the first half. Arsenal putting on something of a clinic. Debussy trying to get the ball back from Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Going back to where it started, sorry Derek, for the first goal from that headed free kick or come off the Giroud shoulder. That's where I think Lyon's mistake has come. Why is Tolisso picking up Olivier Giroud from set pieces? Couldn't handle him right from the first corner. You've got a midfielder, a ball-playing midfielder picking up a big target man. Doesn't make sense for me.
First half ebbing away. Aaron Ramsey managed to steer it away from a frustrated-looking Lacazette. Gibbs. Gone past the 45-minute mark. There'll be one additional minute. Oxlade-Chamberlain up a cul-de-sac. Fekir. Coquelin tried to stay with him. Nabil Fekir. And the block by Koscielny.
He could have kept on going there, Fekir. He's still a long way out. Coquelin's going to get booked. Not sure where, yeah, he's pointing to this incident. Just threatened to pull the shirt of Fekir a couple of minutes ago, and that chance that led to a couple of efforts at Martinez's goal. Almost changed his mind though, Coquelin, didn't he? As if he was going to pull back Fekir and then thought better of it. Moss didn't let him off.
Caution for Coquelin. Such a key contributor in the second half of last season for Arsenal. Giroud. And he's chiseled a free kick out of that. But we're at the halfway stage, and Arsene Wenger will be thrilled at the current state of affairs. Olivier Giroud got things going. Was it the head? Was it the shoulder? Was it both? A goal either way. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Alex Iwobi also on the score sheet, and for good measure a goal from Aaron Ramsey as well. It's one-way traffic in terms of the scoring. At half-time, Arsenal 4, Olympique Lyonnais 0.
With Hungry House, your favourite food is always at your fingertips. Happy Saturday. Get 25% off your takeaway today only. Use voucher code TREAT and check out 25% more happy at hungryhouse.co.uk. The easy way to take away.
I'm not surprised the Cooperative Bank gives you a mobile banking app, UK call centres, and £100 when you switch your current account. Because they do good things for charities too. When you switch, they can donate £25 to protect UK woodland, provide hospice care, or give my village water. The Cooperative Bank, for all the right reasons.
Whether the day is bright or gray,
We understand you have a car
give me
because you need a car.
shoulder to cry on.
When you're with AXA, if your car gets damaged, we'll give you a courtesy car for the whole time yours is being repaired, as standard.
Give me your heart to rely on.
Because you've got enough to think about.
Always and ever, now and forever. Little things mean a lot.
Carly?
Barley?
Coral saves on tennis round the clock. 7 days a week with up to 50 in-play markets on every match. And this great offer. Anyone for tennis, loads of it. Download the Coral app and check out our smashing tennis offers.
Please bet responsibly.
Show the power of your support at Wear the Rose Live, the official England Rugby 2015 send-off. With special guests, Take That. O2 customers get priority tickets 48 hours before general release. Download the Priority app now.
After thinking I was paying too much for my glasses, I just went home and went direct to Glasses Direct.
Me too. And us.
Ooh, fireman. Anyway, I chose from hundreds of frames from £25 with lenses. And I took their free home trial too. 4 pairs to try out at home for free.
We did that.
Test drive your new glasses today.
They're great.
And see if you could save at glassesdirect.co.uk.
1, 2, 3, 4.
C'est cidre, not cider.
And now introducing peach and elderflower.
The new 4-seater Smart for 4, available from just $149 per month. Yours with a $149 advance payment. And for an extra $149, you can enjoy 12 months insurance.
Smart.
Arsenal absolutely on fire at the Emirates. 4 goals to the good in the first half. Let me remind you, coming up later on BT Sport 2, an international friendly, Borussia Dortmund taking on Juventus. That's 6 p.m. And of course, BT Sport is the new home of the UEFA Champions League and the UEFA Europa League, and the only place you can see every single game exclusively live, all in one place with us next season. all about Arsenal here right now, though, because they have been fantastic. So many goals to look back on. Right from the very off, Arsenal were pretty good. And
they've been incredibly impressive today. They've closed the ball down, the speed in play and the attack-minded business, and the running off the ball I think has been excellent, considering it's a pre-season game, Darryl. Here's the first goal. You see, Toliso's the wrong side of Giroud. Amateurist defender, comes off his shoulder, flies in the back of the net.
And Lopez, this is indicative of Lloris when he first came in, wanting to be in an attacking position and yet having to drop back as the header's being made. And it's such a difficult, not impossible to get a good dive going backwards. I'm not saying he's at fault for the goal, but the goals that have gone in, if you look at Lopez's position, I think there's a lot that can be answered for here.
Not much he could do here, though, Steve.
No, great play by Ramsey, holds up play by Giroud, feeds Oxlade-Chamberlain, Iwobi's running forward, Ozil's running forward. So many unselfish runs that help the goal to create this goal. But Ramsey's been excellent, Ozil's been excellent, and this goal was sublime.
They look absolutely on it at the moment, don't they?
I think Ramsey's been involved in 3 of the goals. I mean, he has been electric in this first half. He's supplying the ball through for that one. We'll see now the next goal. It's just tremendous, and understandably why people are looking at it.
The main thing is that they're absolutely punishing them, aren't they? Yeah. I mean, Lyon have been awful.
What a moment
defensively,
they've
been terrible.
Alex Iwobi.
Here's the skipper. What kind of pass was that? When Grenier walked off, they looked as if they were the shadow of the team. Arsenal breaking forwards, lovely 1-2. Ramsey pass to Iwobi, smashed it in the top corner. I mean, one-touch play at its finest. Listen, it doesn't mean much at this moment in time, but to watch, it's been brilliant.
First goal for the seniors, for the Arsenal senior side, in front of the Emirates like this, on a day like this, great moment for the young boy.
Exactly, and this is why the Emirates Cup is so good, because it gives them an opportunity to play in front of the home crowd, to play well in front of the home crowd, which is more important, of course.
He thought he'd got a second.
Yeah, I mean, this is very unfortunate. I mean, you can see the disappointment in his face afterwards because he wants to celebrate, but just sneaking offside from the flick on.
Yeah, he's clearly off, but it's a good finish nonetheless.
It's a lovely finish, isn't it? And I think that's why it was important for Arsenal to have played a real strong team around him and to help him, because he's feeling the benefits. His confidence now must be sky high, the fact that he's playing with so many great players who are on top of the game, and there's so much space for him. And here's another one, yet again, Ramsey's been involved. Really impressed with Ozil running forward off the ball, spreading the pitch wide, but defensively, look at this, from the right back, awful. Goalkeeper, awful, but Ramsey finishes it off like he deserves to have.
Yeah, I mean, it's ironic, isn't it? We're talking before the game about Arsenal's need for a striker, and we've got 4 different goal scorers in this. Yes, this isn't the Premier League, but again, this is a show of the talent that Arsenal have got, and the finishes have all been very decent.
Can I just star that comment, though? Last season, 4-0 against Benfica at half-time. Yaya Sanogo got all goals. Yeah. They're playing great football, but you can never tell.
You can never tell, of course, but it's better starting a game like they have done rather than in the first game, for instance, when it was a little tiny bit lackadaisical, a little bit slow. Arsenal have been on it from minute 1. And that's always great, considering that the fans are here to paying good money to watch that type of performance.
Absolutely right. They are absolutely flying here at the Emirates at half-time. 4 goals up against Lyon, who we spoke up against before the game. They are the runners-up in Ligue 1 last season. We'll be back for the second 45 shortly.
When guys shave, this is what they do to try to get every hair. This is what we do. Gillette Fusion Pro Glide rebuilt with FlexBall technology responds to the contours of your face for our best shave. And now introducing Gillette Fusion Pro Glide Sensitive 2-in-1 Shave Gel with skincare. Gillette.
When something's expensive, it's usually good. Win. But costly. Lose. And when it's cheap, win. The quality's often poor. Lose. But with Purple Bricks, you could sell your house for a fixed price of just £799, including VAT. Win. With the help of your own professional and dedicated local property expert. Win. Bringing their specialist expertise throughout. I run out of thumbs, can he? Just do your winning smile, Michael. Quick, bring on the logo.
Visit purplebricks.com and book a free valuation.
In our 4-day spectacular, this stunning solid hardwood chest of drawers is now an amazing $349. 4-day spectacular ends this Sunday.
If you've been refused a loan, don't lose your cool. Visit Amigo Loans. We're fast, friendly and fuss-free. We've already approved over 160,000 people, and every 10 minutes we approve someone new. You can borrow up to £5,000 with a guarantor for whatever you need. Spread your repayments over 1 to 5 years with a representative 49.9% APR variable. So don't lose your cool. Visit amigoloans.co.uk today.
It's time for a change. A new plan needs a new boss. It's time for something more surprising, more British, more Jaguar.
We've already created a beast. Now it's time for a new animal with the same potent DNA, but even more ruthlessly efficient.
Unleash the cats.
Go forth and rule the roads!
So there's the professor, the bearded calculator. Knows all the stats and facts and reckons he can work the whole thing out. Which winds this man up no end. Where's the fun in form, he says. When you know, you know you know. You know? They are the dreamers, the glory seekers, the Wednesday night warriors. If Saturday was a cow, they would milk it. They are the betting men. And this is the Ladbrokes Live.
Apparently, some people are missing out on multi-car insurance discounts because they think it's not for them. Well, you can start an Admiral multi-car policy with one car and get a multi-car discount now. You don't have to insure all the cars at the same time. Start with one car and other cars can join later when their current insurance runs out. And you can insure cars at different addresses. Admiral Multi-Car, the flexible multi-car option from admiral.com.
I made the link and saved £300 a year on my gas bill.
I made the link and didn't have to pay anything for breakdown cover.
We made the link and got a new Worcester Bosch boiler from just £17 a month.
With a 10-year warranty for peace of mind.
All across Britain, thousands of people are making the link and getting a new boiler installed by HelpLink. So go on to help-link.co.uk or call free on 0800 566 8787. HelpLink, the boiler people.
Did you know Barcelona has a 4-kilometre-long beach? That's a lot of beach for little legs. The Expedia sale is now on. Book now and save on worldwide destinations at expedia.co.uk. Atoll protected.
The UEFA Champions League. Club football's ultimate prize. And for the first time in UK television history, you can now see every single match live in one place. BT Sport, the new home of the UEFA Champions League.
Almost set to go for the second 45 at the Emirates. Arsenal 4 goals to the good. Let me remind you the WSL continues tomorrow. Chelsea against Man City, that's BT Sport 1 at 6:30 p.m. Lyon was sent out early, David. No wonder.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That was it wasn't the best performance in the first half. Ironically, Arsenal only had 4 shots on target and they scored with each one of them. So you'd expect more from Lyon's second half.
Yeah, and they've looked visibly distressed, some of their players, JMO, I thought. When Grenier went off, it's as if it's really affected a lot of them because they were much, much slower when he left the field.
He's such an important player for them, isn't he? Right, let's get back over to your match commentators, Richard Hughes and Derek Ray.
Yes, Darryl, and let's bring you a surprise right off the bat. No half-time substitutions here at the Emirates. That applies to Arsenal as well as to Olympique Lyonnais. I'm sure the Lyon players were given a right rollicking by Hubert Fournier. Not a pretty first half from their point of view, but it's all going swimmingly for Arsenal. It was an important part of Arsenal's preparation for a new season, and they certainly hit the high notes in the first half of their first game at the Emirates Cup. They did that, of course, a year ago against Benfica when Yaya Sanogo was the goal-scoring hero. See, he's been sent on loan to Ajax. So Arsenal attacking the goal to our right in the second half, playing towards the clock end. What are you looking for in this half, Richard?
Well, first and foremost, I don't expect it to be the same thing. I think Lyon will have learned from those harsh lessons in the first half. They won't give the ball away cheaply. I expect them to have a lot more of the ball than they did in the first 45 minutes and be more careful with it. Arsenal will be ready to pounce, as they've shown time and time again. Lyon experience they've accumulated from a good campaign in Ligue 1 last season. Surely they've learned from it. No, not to commit the same mistakes again. But I really enjoyed watching Arsenal in that half. Really clinical, really quick, fluid. You wouldn't have thought it's July, the way that some of their players are moving, the timing of their movements as well, particularly from Ozil and Ramsey. Really outstanding to watch.
Well, they were all raring to go. That was clear. And it's a 4-goal haul already. Not sure there's much Arsene Wenger could have added when he addressed his troops earlier. Doesn't change his attire there. I'm sure the pedants among you will have noticed the collar over the jacket. Some of us prefer it that way, I must say, Richard.
I'm no expert in fashion, I think you know that. Take your word for it. It was a perfect half for Arsene Wenger and his team in front of this sellout crowd. Alex Iwobi, of course, given an opportunity with a really strong lineup with him, getting his goal. The confidence that is going to do him can't be underestimated.
There's Ramsey. And the dummy by Oxlade-Chamberlain gets it back from Giroud. Bold attacking play from Arsenal again. Debussy was trying to play it forward. Oxlade-Chamberlain well aware that he couldn't touch the ball given the position he was in. Mertesacker and Coquelin out to Gibbs. Really back with us.
Really lovely build-up once again from Arsenal. Oxlade-Chamberlain heavily involved in his cutback. Alex Iwobi being a little bit picky on his heels. Should have realised that the cross was going to come in from Oxlade-Chamberlain. Could have got across his man. Got himself another goal. Here it is. Lovely little dummy. Steps over it. Played in perfectly. And just there, just gamble. Just get across Lyon's right fullback, Zifan.
Better check amongst the substitutes. Theo Walcott there as well. Changes later, we would think, to be anticipated. And then more tomorrow against Wolfsburg. It's a racing certainty that Petr Cech will feature in that game. Fekir. Zafan got himself into all sorts of bother at various times in the first half. Not a half that he'll remember fondly. Very much the case for just about everyone wearing the colours of Olympique Lyonnais. Ramsey and Oxlade-Chamberlain switches on the afterburners. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain! Oh, just wide. Took a deflection. He had eyes for goal, no doubt about that.
He's everything right. This powerful run as well, just in his stride here, he takes the ball beautifully. This first one here, crucial. That sets up the real attack. And then he decides to go on his own. Could easily played in Ozil if he wanted to. Could easily been fine. Oxlade-Chamberlain hitting the target. And managing to get something in a way.
Mertesacker and Koscielny stride forward again, taken by Ozil. Coquelin. He's got through a power of work. All the way back to Martinez. Iwobi's enjoyed himself, and rightly so. Perfectly good goal. He thought he had a second. Not to be. Coquelin. That's what we were talking about. Energetic performer.
He does that so well, so generous with the tackles he makes, so brave. Saw him get hurt with one in the first half. That's inevitable. You're going to go to ground in the situations that he does. He's a very fair player, but when opponents just miscontrol it and easily leave their studs on him. So important for this Arsenal team, though he is.
Maxime Gonalon just hobbling back up onto his feet. He had taken a knock. Tolisso not quite. And he's gone down again. Gonalon. They've already lost Grenier to injury in this game. Doesn't look good for Gonalon.
He feels as his ankle there in that collision with Ramsey. Giving the ball away a fair bit in the first half. Lyon captain. They were punished every time he did. He's not enjoyed his afternoon in London.
It's a tale of woe as far as Hubert Fournier is concerned. 4 goals for Arsenal. Let's revisit them.
This is how it all starts, and Giroud's header or shoulder should be picked up by Tolisso, but he is. Clinical counter-attack from Oxlade-Chamberlain. And Aaron Ramsey heavily involved in everything Arsenal have done well in the first half, setting on a plate for Alex Iwobi, and then capping off a formidable half from him by getting the 4th of the afternoon. Fabulous half from Arsenal.
The 2 managers, Messrs Fournier and Wenger. Arsenal have the Community Shield to prepare for. That's next weekend. You'll see it on BT Sport. And they open the Barclays Premier League campaign against West Ham at home on Sunday the 9th of August. Gonalon is going to soldier on here for Lyon. Lopez. Gibbs venturing forward. Mehdi Zefan trying to slow him down. Doing his level best to prevent the corner. Zefan. Ferry offering a bit of support. Cushioned by Giroud for Arsenal. Ramsey trying to open up the Lyon defence yet again. Giroud, Ramsey. Gibbs over there. Giroud strong on his feet. Just a bit wayward. It wasn't quite right for Oxlade-Chamberlain. Arsenal in business once more. Debussy. And who did it come off last of all? Jensen apparently. Corner to Arsenal.
Really good balance there from Oxlade-Chamberlain. Good strength from Giroud, just dinking across to the back post, over the head of Oxlade-Chamberlain. A little balance here just to lose Jensen and playing Debussy.
Ozil striking it. There was nothing there. It's intended for Olivier Giroud. Lacazette. Lyon on the break. Fekir. The switch of play much better. And couldn't hit the target.
A decent counter-attack from Lyon this time. The front 3 all involved. Lacazette playing in Fekir. Just released at the perfect time for NG. If you're going to miss it, you have to miss it far post. I actually think he had too much to do to score from there. Arsenal player managing to back goal sides, trying to beat Martinez at the near post. Never going to happen. Still surprised to see that Tolisso is picking up Giroud from corners. All over him as well. Definitely a penalty waiting to happen. Or another Arsenal goal. It's a mismatch.
Yes, we've seen that, haven't we, Richard, on a few occasions in this game.
This doesn't make sense, Derek. You've got a midfielder, not a lot of Tolisso, the frame, asking him to compete with Giroud. Why? Why not just get one of the centre halves, even though they're not the biggest? At least they're more used to marking Giroud than Tolisso will be.
He's gone along. Forward by Gibbs. Rose and Umtiti, the 2 centre-backs. Olympique Lyonnais. Milan Biševac in the starting 11 today, not on the bench either, but they're very excited about his return. Picked up the ACL injury in a match against Monaco, second half of last season. Zefan. Back to Ferry. Now Gonalon. Midfield fulcrum for Lyon. Tolisso. Jensen. It will be hesitated. Well, he was full of get up and go in the first half, Alex Iwobi. You see why Arsene Wenger wanted to name him in the starting 11 today on the strength of his fine form in Singapore.
Important to carry on that good work back on home soil in front of this sellout crowd. Perfect start for the young lad in front of the Arsenal fans.
Vecchia, Jensen, Umtiti. Very few people expected Lyon to finish second last season. Under Hubert Fournier. Shouldn't forget though that PSG have now won 3 titles on the trot and are firm favourites to win another one. Umtiti trying to get tightly on to Giroud. Here's Debuchy for Arsenal. Coquelin. Gibbs. Closing the gap was Zefan. Gonadon appears to be okay. Ferry. Jordan Ferry, the 23-year-old. Feisty, tough tackler. Oh, it's opening up here for Lacazette, but offside. Couldn't finish anyway.
He tries to arch his run, Lacazette, but he never managed to get back onside. Just wrong side of Mertesacker here. Realised he has to slow up. Doesn't manage to put the brakes on in time to allow Koscielny to get goal side of him. Good ball out to the right-hand side from Jordan Ferry. He was easily the best Lyon performer this afternoon. Not difficult, mind you. Not great performances around them, but he's shown some good grit, good steel, and some decent technique in the midfield.
There's not much competition for Ferry. But he has been able to stick to his task. Debuchy. Now Kieran Gibbs. The width provided by Iwobi. Gibbs. Giroud! Belting it towards goal. That wasn't easy either.
No, it wasn't. Titi's asking his centre-half partner, Lindsay Rose, where are you going? Absolutely wrong side of Giroud. No idea why. Very unfortunate, Giroud. We've seen him score those sort of goals as well. Very good technician. Just missing at the front post.
Four on target, 4 goals. You cannot really argue with that, Richard.
No, it's been excellent. Excellent afternoon's work. Could easily be more. Could easily have had a couple in the second half. I don't think we've seen the end of the scoring yet. And Arsenal win the ball in these sort of areas, and they haven't done that a lot in this second half. That's because Lyon have been more careful, of course. They're not going to try and not make the same mistakes they did in the first 45 minutes. But Arsenal will be in the mood to punish them if they do get the opportunities.
Arsenal, who were as good as just about anyone in the second half of last season in the Barclays Premier League. Keen to get off to a flyer this term. Disposal for Giroud. Nearly, very nearly found Ramsey.
It's a crucial touch from Umtiti. Lovely move again. The run from Giroud. Lovely ball from Ozil. Ramsey's run was perfect.
Arsenal, the FA Cup winners again. 12 FA Cup triumphs in all now to move past Manchester United. Santi Cazorla is standing by to come on. What a season he enjoyed last term. Ramsey for Ozil. Giroud. Ozil. Did they just overplay it, I wonder? Will be. And across the face of goal. Just a bit too much on it. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Debuchy arriving. Simple ball. Debuchy trying to catch out Lopez. Still in the mood for more.
And that's how you play against a diamond. The overlap from Debuchy was perfect. Played in from Oxlade-Chamberlain. Couldn't find a cross to match. And now Lyon have a break.
Well, let's see what Lyon can conjure. The hard-working Ferry, and he takes aim. He perhaps had options around him. He's snatching at it, Jordan Ferry.
Unfortunately for him, all his options were to his left. Heavily right-footed. further out on his right. Off balance as well when he tries to beat Martinez from there. Once he makes up his mind that he's not going to pass it to his left, has to go for goal. Excuse it wide, but here's the overlap from Debussy. That's how easy it can be against the diamond. Can't quite find the cross to match.
It's going to be a triple substitution for Arsenal. Chuba Akpom, Santi Cazorla, Mikel Arteta, all to come on.
Lyon will be hoping that Mesut Ozil and Aaron Ramsey are two of the players to depart because they're having a field day out there.
Lovely touches again from Arsenal. It was Ramsey for Ozil. Ramsey pushes it through. Giroud. Ozil! Cracking goal! No stopping Arsenal today. Mesut Ozil makes it 5-0.
The Arsenal goal scorer of 11.
Well, we talked about the build-up play, but the finishing has been outstanding. This time it's a little bit messy at the end. There's those two players again, Ramsey and Ozil heavily involved. Giroud does his part, just plays it into the path. He may actually be playing it for Iwobi. Ozil's in a better position. Takes it in his thigh, one touch to control. And the finish is excellent. Not even a touch, just drills it across. No chance for Lopez that time. Perfectly executed shot from Ozil. And now the substitutions. An outstanding 60 minutes or so for Arsenal.
I can tell you, Richard, that Ozil's timing was impeccable because his number was up. He was just about to be replaced. He will go off now. And Chuba Akpom, another player who made a big impression on the tour of Singapore, is on. Oxlade-Chamberlain, Ozil and Iwobi. I think are the three going off here. Well, hang on, Ramsey appears to have departed the scene as well. I think it will be Ramsey, not Oxlade-Chamberlain. Arteta, Cazorla and Akpom on.
Well, I'm being greedy, and from a spectacle point of view, I'm sorry to see the end of Ozil and Ramsey today. Really enjoyed watching them. A fabulous hour's work. Arsene Wenger clearly taking a little bit of pity on his fellow countrymen, removing them from the equation. They threatened to cause damage, even more damage to this Lyon team. It's far too easy for them.
It's an absolute thrashing that we're witnessing on this sunny late afternoon in North London. Of course, you get points for goals at the Emirates Cup, so greatly enhancing Arsenal's chances of lifting the trophy tomorrow. We will play Wolfsburg tomorrow. That'll be in the later game. Lyon up against Villarreal for starters. It's 5 in the first match for Arsenal 2 years running. Put 5 past Benfica a year ago. Zefan is being closed down straight away. It's good play by Akpom over there on the Arsenal left. Gibbs. There's Akpom just ahead of him. Trying to do a bit of damage. A roar from the Arsenal supporters who wanted a free kick in favour of Chuba Akpom.
10 out of 10 for ambition from Akpom, taking on Gonalon down the line. Chuba Akpom's going to play the left-hand side, predominantly a striker, so expect him at some stage, if Giroud's given a rest, that Chuba Akpom can play in his more natural position.
Scored a hat-trick Akpom in the 4-0 win over the Singapore Select 11. And after that, beat Everton 3-1 to win the Barclays Asia Trophy. Debussy. Cazorla, his name being shouted out by the Arsenal fans. I think a few people had forgotten about Santi Cazorla, and then there was last season. Really stepped up.
One of the key men, no doubt about that. Makes it tick for them in midfield, but they got so many of them, really, Derek, because finding that anchor man in midfield that they did with that tenacity of Coquelin just allowed them to play with more freedom in front of them. So let's not forget people like Alexis Sanchez, who are not playing today, what they bring to this Arsenal team, and that's why Don't want to overreact, but I thought it even before they put 5 past Lyon in 1 hour. They could really go close this season.
So Alexis Sanchez given time off after his Copa America exploits, helping Chile win the tournament. No Jack Wilshere today. No Matteo Flamini because of a minor knock. No Danny Welbeck. Looks as though he's going to miss the start of the season. Here's Fekir trying to make something happen finally for Lyon. And insufficient guile, that's been the story. Oxlade-Chamberlain and Coquelin letting it drop. Fine technique. Akpom manages to lose Zefan. Chuba Akpom for Arsenal. Now takes on Lindsay Rose. Doing it all on his own, Akpom.
He never really looked up, did he? The moment he beat Zefan down the byline, thought, I'm going to go on my own. He had support. Giroud was inside for a 1-2. Made up his mind he's going to shift it and shoot. Couldn't quite get it out of his feet. Not short on confidence, Chuba Akpom.
19-year-old has been associated with Arsenal since the age of 6. Did have an excellent tour of Singapore. Sent on loan to Nottingham Forest at the end of last season. Made 7 appearances in the Championship.
He's a really good mover. Really graceful. Excellent technically. Really bright future ahead of him. Not quite sure if he's going to be a left winger. He's going to be a striker. Actually, he's a little bit out of position at times. Can have a little bit of a cheat up when Lyon have got possession, but definitely a factor when Arsenal win it back.
Debussy with that measured ball, brought down by Umtiti. Fekir succeeded winning a free kick despite the protestations of Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Generous there from Jean Moss. Fekir tried a little bit too much. He's lost possession.
The Mexican wave doing its thing again, or just the wave as my American friends insist upon calling it. They tell me that it has nothing to do with Mexico. It's only called that because here in the UK we first witnessed it at the '86 World Cup held in Mexico, but apparently it had been alive and well in the United States for years before that. But Mexico getting credit.
Long before I can remember, Derek. Thank you for the history lesson and the geographical.
Akpom no way through. And gone along, steering it to Zefan. Theo Walcott, I think, is going to be deployed off the bench shortly. Good chance he'll start tomorrow against Wolfsburg. Here's Fekir for Lyon. Really good ball here, Olympique Lyonnais. Wasn't strong enough from Zefan. Cazorla. You could imagine Cazorla playing for quite a few more years, given his style, economical approach. Oxlade-Chamberlain trying to go around, gone along. Will be left to Debussy to do the honours. It's going to be Giroud and Oxlade-Chamberlain making way for Walcott and the youngster Jeff Ren Adelaide, another French young player, part of the Arsenal setup. He's just joined from Lens. Zefan away on the volley for the French runners-up last season. So there we have the changes. Oxlade-Chamberlain will be first to depart.
He was another one who was excellent today. Oxlade-Chamberlain heavily involved in everything good Arsenal have done going forward. pointed out Ramsey and Ozil pick out two, but perhaps a little bit harsh on Oxlade-Chamberlain because he's been excellent as well. As has Olivier Giroud, plays his part, that fulcrum up front, bounce it off them when they need to. Of course, got them started in the goal scoring today with that header or left shoulder. They managed to get past Lopez.
Well, he's not complaining either way. Olivier Giroud, excellent outing. And a different sort of forward in Theo Walcott.
Yeah, not one you want to see coming on if you're Lindsay Rose or Umtiti at the back. You hope he goes and plays himself in the right wing. He's not going to.
Shift over and a productive one from Olivier Giroud. Just a quick reminder that it's Lyon against Villarreal to kick off tomorrow's coverage here at the Emirates Cup. BT Sport 1:30. After that from 4, Arsenal against Wolfsburg. So Arsenal try to lift the trophy for the first time since 2010. Arsenal also involved in the Community Shield. That's 8 days from now. Next Sunday, BT Sport 2, 2:30. Arsenal against Chelsea. And a reminder, the first Barclays Premier League match of the season on BT Sport will be Manchester United against Tottenham. That's the 8th of August from midday. BT Sport 1 with Jake Humphrey in the team. Arsenal fans serenading Santi Cazorla once again. Trying to swing it away. And toppling over was Coquelin, known for the speedy counter-attacks. Olympique Lyonnais. G tried to find Lacazette.
Well cut out from Arteta. Too few of those opportunities for Lyon to work the counter-attack. Those three have threatened to make something happen, but of course at 5-0 down, there's only so much point to it. It's 0-0 or 1-0 down. Those counter-attacks would have carried some punch.
Mikel Arteta, by the way, signing a 1-year extension to his contract this summer. Here's Ferry. Interesting that Lyon have made just the one personnel change, and that was an enforced change because of the injury picked up by Grenier. Did say at his news conference, Hubert Fournier, that he would be rotating extensively, trying to give as many players a game as possible.
I assume that means that none of these players will play tomorrow.
Yep.
And that won't necessarily be down to how they perform, but more of a fitness thing, but it could be either.
And you wouldn't think we're going to see Grenier tomorrow either, based on the way he departed.
No. Still 0-0, of course, when he left the pitch. And no sign really that it was going to be this sort of a one-way affair. Lyon looked as if they were more than capable to keep possession themselves and work a couple of opportunities, but Arsenal have been far too good for them.
And G, haven't really seen in G at his best. We know he's capable of so much more. Ferry. Tolisso. To the left back, Jensen. Now Gonalo. Really, it's been more about trying to stem the flow for Lyon as opposed to anything else. Koscielny mopping up for Arsenal. He has not been kept busy. Well, tomorrow is another day. I'm sure that's what Hubert Fournier will be thinking to himself.
I wouldn't have expected this. He definitely would have expected to test Arsenal a lot more. Really not concede the 5 they had, but also when Lacazette and G, and especially when Fekir came on, they'd have thought they'd been able to test this Arsenal back four, who have been very comfortable.
They've strolled through the game. Debussy. Theo Walcott not getting any sympathy from John Moss. Mosso has said he wouldn't mind trying his hand at football management after his refereeing career is over. Glutted for punishment, maybe.
Oh, perhaps, yeah. He's gone about it the wrong way around, though. Nothing worse than being a ref, is there? But that's the first referee becoming a manager.
Lindsay Rose from the back. Gone long. It's a heavy touch. Leo Walcott. Chuba Akpom over there. Young Reine Adelaide is occupying the right-hand side of the Arsenal attack. Well, France win the European Under-17 Championship in May. They beat Germany 4-1 in the final. Arsene Wenger never afraid to go to that French conveyor belt. It seems a bit like that.
Yeah, it's always been the way since he took charge of Arsenal back in the 1990s. Made an incredible job of it as well, unearthing players like right from the start of it, like Nicholas and Elka. That conveyor belt keeps on coming through. Definitely know their stuff. The other side of the channel.
Yes, the link is very real. Well, they're very relieved not to have to undergo the match against one of the teams in the playoff round of the Champions League, the two matches to be strictly accurate. Automatic entry into the group stage this time round. Pass by Fekir and Coquelin. Back to Martinez. It's going to be another Arsenal substitution, but Isaac Hayden coming on. Arteta. Game has slowed down a bit.
Yeah, it has, and I think with Ozil and Ramsey going off, the impetus behind Arsenal's moves has lost a little bit of its tempo. The running off the ball that both those two players provided was excellent. Theo Walcott trying a run there, just off camera, which was another excellent one, but Mertesacker didn't fancy trying to pick him out. And clearly Arsenal feeling a little bit sorry for Lyon, taking it a little bit easy. Lyon themselves not being as careless in possession as they were earlier, so when you do get it, you tend to keep it a little bit more than they did in the first 45 minutes anyway.
G for Zefan, now in G. Trying to occupy the mind of Koscielny. Koscielny, who joined Arsenal back in 2010 from Lyon. So it will be Isaac Hayden to come on. That'll be it for Arsenal in terms of substitutions. Off is going Francis Coquelin. The Arsenal supporters really have grown to appreciate him.
Yeah, and you can understand why. He just gets stuck in, gets his tackles in, unfussy, uncomplicated, brave in the way he plays as well. And it just brings up so much more from everyone else around him. It's not just what he does himself, it's what he allows people like Ozil and Ramsey, who've both had excellent second halves of the season last year, and Cazorla, of course, Alexis Sanchez, because they now have that real insurance of someone anchoring their midfield.
So Isaac Hayden is on, the England under-20 international. Underwent ankle surgery back in January, made just one appearance for the first team last term. It's in the Capital One Cup. Gone along, approaching the final 10 minutes. Can Olympique Lyonnais at least get on the score sheet? Fekir. Over it comes from Zefan. Reine Adelaide to give us a glimpse of his potential. Ferry doing his best to disguise it. Lacazette on the volley. Goal kick.
There's no other option. Has to hit it first time. Just a hit and hope from Lacazette. Hope he makes the perfect contact with it. Very tough skill. Just slice it off his left boot. Good play from Ferry again, not breaking it up, and then with the through ball.
31 goals from Lacazette last season in all competitions, 27 in Liga. Born in Lyon, like so many in this squad. Well, boosted their attack on the signing front with the addition of Claudio Beauvu, the former Guingamp striker. Cazorla tried to prise open the Lyon defence, but Rose read it decently enough. Well, this is breaking news. You might be aware that the draw for the next World Cup is being made, qualifying at least, in St. Petersburg. And how about this? England and Scotland will be in the same qualifying group. And of course, I'm sitting next to a former Scotland international in Richard Hughes.
Completely unbiased commentary panel now for you. We'll be hearing 10 minutes of why Scotland will be beating England in the qualifiers. But it will be good to get those games up again. Really good clashes.
Well, they met last season, didn't they, at Celtic Park? And at Wembley the season before that. For Lyon fans watching, France with the Netherlands and Sweden so far in their qualifying group. Potentially tricky.
Not easy.
I'll tell you, it's England, Scotland, Slovakia, Slovenia, Malta and Lithuania. That's one complete group.
No way off qualifications, but nice. I think both Scots and English people will be happy with that group.
Wales and the Republic of Ireland have landed together. That's going to be fascinating as well. In the same group. Akpom trying to get into position. Now, was there a foul by Gonalon? Surely, yes. Free kick forthcoming for Arsenal.
Every time Chuba Akpom's picked the ball up, he seems to be intent on going alone. Not really interested in where his teammates are. Managed to keep his balance that time. Managed to get goal side to the Lyon midfield. A free kick and a really dangerous opportunity for Santi Cazorla to make this 6 for Arsenal. Just deciding whether he's going to line this up with his right foot or the left foot. Not bad, eh?
Santi Cazorla eyeing the target. Such a likeable fellow off the pitch, Cazorla. Much loved by the Arsenal fans. Terrific influence in the dressing room. It's got to be the left foot of the Spaniards. Exquisite. Arsenal have hit Olympic Lyonnais for 6. Now, just what Arsene Wenger wanted to see in Arsenal's first game at the Emirates Cup.
So clever from Cazorla. The way he lined up for it, I thought he's going to have to go for power. Took a really intent run-up and then just drilled it low. The wall jumped. Tolisso and Gonalon between them. And if you are going to jump in the wall, you've got to make sure that you at least leave your toes just hanging enough that they're going to catch the ball. Not going to go underneath them. Genius of Santi Cazorla, almost as if he knew those two players were going to jump and decided to aim straight for them.
Yes, on the wall they were anticipating the high road, but Cazorla took the low road. And Arsenal are absolutely destroying Hubert Fournier's team. Well, this is not ideal preparation for the French Super Cup match against PSG. Santi Cazorla, who had a nice chat with the Villarreal players earlier, old friends in the team. Cazorla, who really first made his mark with the Yellow Submarine 6-0.
Not too many players in the world, Derek, who line up for a free kick from that range and just eye out with their right foot and then decide, I'm going to go left-footed, and you know what, I'm going to go under the wall. Every trick in the bag, every club in the bag, he's got them all. Fabulous player.
Arsenal turning on the style once again. Oh, and it was so near, so close to another one. And Akpom has been doing his level best to get on the score sheet.
Well, he has. Everything he's tried to do has been a solo effort, and that time when he gets in behind on his left foot, I think once again he should be looking to pick out a teammate. Lovely build-up play once again from Arsenal. They've changed the players, but not necessarily changed the product. Akpom just shifting it, finding the outside of the post. Determined to get in the score sheet, and why not? The striker playing out wide left, of course, since he's come on. Still a couple of minutes yet.
We said earlier, you get 3 points for a win, as usual, 1 for a draw, but 1 point for every goal scored. Arsenal caught after putting 5 past Benfica in the opening game last year. They were well on course to lifting the trophy. And came a cropper against Monaco. Rain Adelaide met by Umtiti. Just a reminder, Darryl Curry, Steve McManaman, David James will put it all into context for you. After the final whistle, Natalie Quirk with all the interviews. But there might be a bit of England-Scotland back and forth between our two pundits and Mr. Curry. Quite right.
Well, let's hope they talk to him.
I must say, I think that is a cracking draw for all concerned. It's been far too long since England and Scotland met in a competitive fixture. We'll go back to the playoffs ahead of Euro 2000. And many people would indeed walk 500 miles for that fixture. Here's Gibbs. It's almost at walking pace now. Rain Adelaide. Come as a free kick.
Some nice touches from him since he's come on. Very talented.
Santi Cazorla won't know this yet, but Spain have got Italy in their World Cup qualifying group. He's still part of the scene, very much part of the equation. Santi Cazorla for the national team. Cazorla, oh, instead of shooting, he passed it to Walcott, but the block by Lopez.
And they've missed one, Derek. Lovely little ball there. Disguise on it from Cazorla, waiting for Walcott to get into position. And perhaps the pressure that he had just from behind from Jensen showed Walcott couldn't really get the power he wanted. And Anthony Lopez was out quickly to him, determined not to let it be 7. But in truth, it could have been anything Arsenal wanted this afternoon.
And I'm sure Arsenal fans have absolutely lapped this up.
Yeah, maybe a friendly, but this is a good side, Derek, isn't it? We've seen a lot of Lyon last season. Pushed PSG pretty much all the way in Ligue 1 last season. Very highly rated, lots of really good young players, so this is no mean feat managing to beat them as comfortably as they have. Because it was a game at the beginning and Lyon were really up for it. Lacazette and G and Grenier trying to pull the strings for them. Seen nothing of them as the game's gone on. Arsenal, a very accomplished performance, a very impressive one.
Just the one added minute. Arteta trying to push it forward for Arsenal. Arteta's foul on Ferry. gone along. Now Ferry. Well, they're going to have to be an awful lot better tomorrow, Olympique Lyonnais. Arsenal will reason, based on what we've seen in this game, that the Emirates Cup this year ought to be theirs. A flying start to the tournament by Arsene Wenger's side. They hit Olympique Lyonnais from just about every conceivable angle, with big names galore getting on the score sheet. Arsene Wenger commiserates with Hubert Fournier. Things could only get better for Olympique Lyonnais. Olivier Giroud amongst the scorers, he got things started. Aaron Ramsey likewise finding the back of the net, and Santi Cazorla with a delightful goal to put the icing on the cake. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain enjoyed his first half display too. In short, it was all about Arsenal, with Olympique Lyonnais having so little to say for themselves. The final score reads Arsenal 6, Lyon 0.
Richard and Derek, many thanks indeed. The Arsenal were sensational. It's only pre-season, but great calibre of goals they scored today. Lots for us to look back